Welcome to Check It Out with Jessica Lee. I'm here with Derek Granath, who is the VP of Product and Technical Marketing at Silver Peak.
Yeah, thank you, Jessica. It's great to be here.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us, what is your responsibility now? This is product and technical. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I manage the group that owns product and technical marketing, and that's in contrast to product management. Product management at Silver Peak reports into engineering and provides product strategy and product priorities and things like that. What I do is position our product in the marketplace competitively, provide the messaging that informs our customers about the benefits that they can derive, the business benefits they can derive from our solution, and create a lot of content. And content can be everything from this video to, we do these lightboard videos that are very, very cool that people can see on our website, to solution briefs and white papers, which not a lot of people read white papers anymore, but
that's the technical part?
That's kind of the technical part. We also do in technical marketing some benchmark tests that we think highlight the capabilities of our solution that differentiate from our competition. Our technical marketing group also provides demonstrations at trade shows, and they create online demonstrations that are available and accessible on our website, and they happen to use the Regalix platform for that.
All right, great. Well, we'll talk about that.
You bet.
I want to mention about this competitive situation you're in. It's a very crowded market, but you are one of the 3 top players on the Gartner's Magic Quadrant. Is that right?
Yeah, so the SD-WAN space, or software-defined wide area networking space, emerged about 4 years ago. And it really delivers some significant benefits to companies of all sizes. That's in contrast to SDN, which took a long time to really start to prove itself. But there are now estimated more than 10,000 deployments of SD-WAN, most of them in production. There are the big analyst firm Gartner put out their first WAN Edge Infrastructure Magic Quadrant report in October. And WAN Edge is more than just SD-WAN. It's SD-WAN, it's routing, it's WAN optimization, it's branch firewalls, security, some network functions like that. And there are 20 companies that are identified in the Magic Quadrant. There are another 20 companies that didn't meet the criteria for the Magic Quadrant. And then there's another 25 companies that still market those 5 letters SD-WAN. So it's a very noisy and very, very crowded space.
Yes.
And so being heard is a challenge. But we were very honored to be one of 3 companies that were named in the leadership quadrant of the Gartner Magic Quadrant for WAN Edge Infrastructure.
Wow, that's great. That's congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
The other players are very big. So the question is, how do you compete with the very big players like the Cisco and the VMware?
Yeah, so they're several hundred, several thousand times, not several thousand times, but several hundreds of times our size. And we have to compete on a number of different fronts. One is first our Edge Connect SD-WAN solution. It provides great value to customers. It provides capabilities that improve the productivity of users, improve end user satisfaction by delivering higher performance of applications, whether those applications are sitting in the cloud as SaaS or in private clouds, or if they're still hosted in an enterprise's data center. We provide the ability to run voice and video sessions over consumer broadband, which has the potential to not only lower costs for companies, but even improve the availability by being able to use multiple transport services in parallel with each other, being able to use multiple state for any impairments that might occur, but keep that conversation running to keep business running, and that's what companies really care about, is keeping their business running.
Yes.
Other areas are by continuing to build on the automation that's in the system to make it easier for our customers to deploy their wide area networking infrastructure, to be able to centrally manage it, be able to push the configurations for how applications are handled, and to be able to push security policies out to hundreds or even thousands of sites, all from a single console. So yes, you get a lot of efficiencies with your IT resources, But you get another benefit. You get more consistent policy definition and policy enforcement that protects the company and continues to deliver that highest quality of end user experience.
Okay, that's great. Automation is definitely something everybody's trying to do in every single department. So shifting that automation inside product marketing itself, how are you being efficient and very smart about it?
Yeah, so if you look at my product and technical marketing department at Silver Peak compared to those of our larger competitors, we're dwarfed.
You have 400 employees, right?
Yeah, we're about 400 employees, and my department is 4 employees plus myself. So we have to be very, very efficient, and we are. And so we also have to deliver content to our sales force, to our partners, our service provider partners, and ultimately to end user prospects in a variety of different forms, because people consume information in different ways. Yeah. Some people like video, like what we're doing today. Yeah. I plan to promote this over social media, right? Some people want to look at a website. Some people want to listen to a podcast. Some people still will read solution briefs. We still write white papers for the technical audience that needs to really understand how we deliver something. But we also make use of technology to provide an experience to a prospect without having to actually have gear in their lab. And we do that a couple ways. One, we can, from our website, provide an interactive demo that feels like you're using our solution and the screens and seeing how easy it is to configure how I want to deliver my voice applications versus my data transfer applications, how I want to send some traffic to a firewall, some traffic to a cloud security service, and some traffic I want to just send straight over the internet. So I need to be able to do granular policies, and that sounds complicated, but when you are able to see how easy it is with the user interface and how automated it is, it becomes pretty intuitive for a prospect to see. So that's where this interactive demo comes in, is it feels like you're using the product, but you're not actually running a demonstration.
This is all self-service.
This
they
is
do it
all,
by themselves
all
on the
self-service.
website.
They can come in, and of course we're able to gather some information about that prospect too, the company they're from, and what interests they may have too. And again, this is what's hosted on the regalix
platform. Yes.
And we have another environment that allows our sales engineers and some of our partners to actually spin up actual demos using virtual machines that are in a data center. It's not providing our actual appliance to a customer, but it's running our actual software. This is a more lengthy ordeal. It's not self-serve, but again, it makes us a lot more efficient as a company, because we don't have to be shipping, physical SD-WAN appliances or even spinning up virtual machines in a customer environment. We do it in this virtual environment that we host.
I see. So you got the funnel of getting people aware, understanding what you offer, and then they can try out by themselves this kind of virtual demo experience. And they want to take the next step would be the real demo proof of concept.
That's right. And what's interesting is the demonstration capabilities. And I know we're focusing on that, but there's a lot of other content that we generate in product marketing. But the share demo platform that we use is sometimes used at the top of the funnel. This is generating awareness with a set of prospects, and then as they move down the funnel, they may come back to it to, I don't remember exactly how Silver Peak does this, and then so they can do that again. And then when they come to a more customized evaluation, that's typically done as a proof of concept.
Do you find that your partners also use that to learn?
Yeah, and so we do use it as a learning environment, new employees, but new partners. One of the things that Silver Peak is investing really, really heavily on now, because the market's growing at high double-digit rates now, is that, I may have said this already, but there's more than 10,000 SD-WAN deployments already, but there are literally a few hundreds of thousands of companies that can still benefit from SD-WAN. So we're beyond the early adopter stage in SD-WAN, but it's the early majority. But getting partners on board and gaining market share and footprint right now is critical. So we're aggressively recruiting partners, and these platforms help us to onboard those partners and bring them up to speed and enable them to be self-sufficient too.
That's right.
That's where we get the leverage against some of the bigger boys in the industry. and also service providers. So service providers are also an important go-to-market engine for us.
Let's talk about your success. Let's talk about your achievements.
What am I proud of? Wow. Well, when I joined Silver Peak, it was just about 3 years ago, not quite 3 years ago, 3 years ago in May. And the company was about 150 employees, so we've just about tripled. Our customer count has grown more than tenfold, I think. And so I'm proud of my contributions to that. Yes. There's a lot of people involved in delivering that. But I've also built a really strong team. When I was hired, I was a team of me, of one. Alex was actually already on board, our technical marketing engineer. He moved over to my group about 2 years ago. But I've built a service provider, product marketing, small group, and then another individual director of product marketing for the enterprise side. And I still do a lot of hands-on work myself too. So I guess my team is quintupled.
Right, fantastic.
Yeah.
Use cases of the solution is also to help clients who are migrating, like from one system to another, application to another.
Yeah. Let me talk about that. So, some of our customers grow through merger and acquisition. And some of our customers may already have a Silver Peak SD-WAN in place, but that customer that they've just acquired, or a business unit they've just acquired, may not be yet migrated to SD-WAN. So we need to make sure that we can provide that migration to them. And one aspect about our solution is it doesn't have to replace the routers that is the traditional way of building a wide area network. And routers were great when all the applications were hosted in a data center and you would home all the traffic or backhaul all the traffic from every branch back to the data center. But now applications live everywhere. They live out in private clouds and software as a service, still some hosted in the data center. So how do I make my wide area networking infrastructure more flexible and more agile, or not just agile and flexible, but more intelligent to be able to granularly steer that traffic. But still, if I've got this business unit that's not yet there, I need to connect to it. And that's where the ability to do routing still comes in. The ability to install an SD-WAN solution in parallel with the router so you can migrate gracefully. That's not the case with all of the different solutions that are out there in the marketplace.
So that's a big differentiator.
It's one of our differentiators. We're not the only company that can do that, but it's important for us. And unlike some competitors that are looking to protect their router revenues, we're trying to give customers that choice and make it easy for them to ultimately replace them, but we don't force it.
Right. Right now you're augmenting.
Yeah, although more and more of our installations are happening as router refreshes come for customers, and they're compelled to look at SD-WAN because of the value and the benefits that it really brings to an organization.
Okay. All right. So as far as challenges, I hear earlier you mentioned it's a very crowded space, so it's very noisy, right? That's one challenge. What other challenges are you facing here?
So, the market is moving fast, and we've got a great engineering group, and my group has to continue to, provide the content that explains and positions and differentiates all of the new capabilities. So we're constantly creating different kinds of content. One of the things we're trying to do now is evaluate the different kinds of ways that we reach our audiences, from videos to white papers to interactive demos to whatever other kinds of vehicles that we use, and measure them and see where they fit in terms of addressing, is it awareness at the top of the funnel, is it creating some preference at the middle of the funnel, or creating a decision at the bottom of the funnel? Are we addressing a C-level audience, CIO, CISO, Chief Information Security Officer level, or a director level, or a network administrator level? And we have to cover all of these bases. And so what we're doing is using some analytics that, for a small company, I'm quite impressed with our team that does that, and it doesn't report to me. It's our marketing operations team, to evaluate what's working, where do we have gaps, and that's going to in turn help me prioritize the things that my group has to create and deliver and help us focus. If no one's reading white papers anymore, why keep writing white papers?
Right.
People still do read white papers.
Yeah, I know that's one of the huge benefits that our platform brings to a lot of product marketing teams is the analytics behind that, to understand the consumption, know where to optimize for the results.
Yep. So I know that the share demo platform that's on the Regalix technology, there are literally hundreds per month that come through, and I get that stat from Alex, the TME, in my group. And we can point to, I can't tell you the amount of revenue that has been initially or has been generated with a first touch contact being the share demo, because that's private information, but it's measured in the millions. Let's just say that. So
I'm glad to hear our product is helping you.
For sure.
Okay, what's exciting ahead? What are you looking forward to?
Well, again, the market itself is really exciting because, as I mentioned earlier, it's growing at high double digits per year for at least the next 3 years. And staying ahead on the technology curve is exciting for me, being a former engineer a long time ago in my career. But it's also a challenge to how do we get heard above the noise? How do we differentiate above the noise from the creativity in some of our marketing messaging, from proving and validating the benefits that we deliver better than what our competitors can deliver, and all the way along the line in between, and then creating that demand too. And so again, as I mentioned, my group kind of feeds those engines of awareness and demand generation and sales enablement. And so again, keeping up is always a challenge.
Yes,
so.
I know DevOps is so quick in their releases that product marketing has to be able to keep up with the DevOps speed too.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And having the automation tools and the shared demo platform really helps. Well, Derek, thank you so much for being on the show and talking to us about your industry, what you're doing, and how you're able to compete, even though you're smaller. Yeah,
thank you, Jessica. We're small, but we're mighty.
That's right. And we are helping you, so this is great.
Absolutely. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Check it out with Jessica Lee.